Out and About TV, travel, adventure, and RVs. Join Sharon and Tom each week as they travel America in a 30-foot trailer exploring and living the RV lifestyle. From trip and product reviews to RV show reports and an unfiltered look at life on the road. This is the show for you. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thanks so much for making it by. We really appreciate it. On behalf of Sharon and myself, we've got another great show for you this week. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the bad behavior that goes on RV forums. And we've got some other great shows coming up. Next week, make it a point, every Saturday at noon. But next week, we're going to talk about how to get a good deal. As you know, the RV industry has been having some real challenges in the past 6 months, and sales are at an all-time low, which is a great opportunity if you've thought about upgrading your rig or getting into the RV lifestyle. Maybe now is the perfect time, and we're going to examine all that. Also, you want to mention that the t-shirt giveaway is still going on, and our handy-dandy ball caps. We had a gentleman named Mark from Canton, Michigan, win last month in May, and we're going to be doing our next drawing on the 27th of June. So get your email in. All you got to do is send us an email, Out and About RVTV info at, it's right on the bottom of the screen. I forget it all the time. And also check out our brand new website. We got a brand new website, www.outandaboutrvtv.com. And of course, there's the Facebook page, a lot of conversation going on there. We're putting this tribe together. I want you to be a part of it. I want you to help steer the ship. So, scope out. Buckle up. We got a lot to get to. You know what comes next. And away we go.
Out and About TV, we've done the legwork for you, watching, analyzing, and curating the top RV YouTube channels that cover everything from trailers and fifth wheels to vans and mobile homes. These RV YouTubers have turned their passion into full-time careers, influencing the RV community and even shaping industry trends. Channels that entertain, educate, and inspire with hosts that have the heart of a teacher. Stop by and we will examine what these channels are covering. And it is more than just entertainment. Just consider Out and About your personal digital campfire. For all things RV.
In this week's YouTube RV channel spotlight, it's Gone with the Winds. When most people travel, they head for the famous attractions, the big landmarks, the places that appear on postcards and travel brochures. But sometimes the most memorable experiences happen when you leave the tourist trail behind and discover how local people actually live. That's exactly the philosophy behind this week's RV Channel Spotlight. Gone with the Winds. Hosted by husband and wife team Jason and Nikki Wynn. They have been chasing their curiosity around the world on wheels and keels since 2011. They believe that the more we let our curiosity lead the way, the more we discover about ourselves and the world around us. Their journey is ever evolving, but their main mission remains the same: cultivate curiosity. With a passion for travel and cultural discovery, the channel takes viewers far beyond the usual tourist destinations. Instead of simply checking famous attractions off a list, they immerse themselves in the communities they visit, seeking out the hidden gems, local traditions, unique foods, and everyday experiences that many travelers overlook. What makes the channel stand out is its focus on authenticity. Rather than showing you only what the tourism boards want you to see, the hosts spend time getting to know the people who call these destinations home. Whether they're visiting a small town, a rural community, or a bustling city neighborhood, they make an effort to connect with local residents and learn about the history, culture, and traditions that make each place unique. For RV travelers, that's a valuable lesson. It's easy to pull into a campground, visit a few attractions, and then move on to the next stop. But some of the best travel experiences happen when you slow down. Visit the local diner, explore the farmer's market, attend a community festival, strike up a conversation with someone who has lived there their entire life. Those are often the moments that become lasting memories. The channel's production style is relaxed and inviting. Viewers feel less like they're watching a travel documentary, and more like they're tagging along with friends on an adventure. The hosts share both the highlights and the challenges of travel, creating an honest and relatable experience that resonates with viewers. One of the things many subscribers appreciate is the hosts' curiosity. They aren't just interested in seeing new places, they're interested in understanding them. They ask questions, explore local history, sample regional cuisine, and seek out the stories that make each destination special. That approach can be especially rewarding for RV owners. Their transition from living on a sailboat to traveling in a travel trailer has also been particularly interesting. One of the greatest advantages of RV travel is flexibility. You're not tied to airline schedules or hotel reservations. You can stay an extra day, take the scenic route, follow a recommendation from a local resident, explore a road that wasn't on the original itinerary. Jason and Nikki remind us that travel isn't just about the destination. It's about the experiences we collect along the way. The channel also offers plenty of inspiration for future adventures. Viewers are introduced to unique locations, interesting people, and off-the-beaten-path destinations that might never appear on a traditional travel bucket list. It's proof that you don't have to travel halfway around the world to discover something extraordinary. Sometimes the most fascinating places are right around the corner. For anyone who enjoys RV travel, road trips, cultural exploration, or simply learning more about the world around them, delivers a refreshing perspective. It encourages us to slow down, look deeper, and appreciate the communities we visit, rather than simply passing through them. So if you're looking for a travel channel that focuses on authentic experiences, local culture, and the stories that make every destination unique, be sure to check out Gone with the Winds. You may just discover that the best part of travel isn't seeing new places. It's connecting with the people who live there. While many travel channels focus on famous landmarks, This channel reminds us that some of the best adventures happen when you leave the interstate, turn down a side road, and discover the people and places that make America unique. I'm Out and About TV's digital correspondent, Hope. Until next time, happy travels. And remember, adventure is often found just beyond the next turn in the road.
Hey, every week, tune in. We're going to keep cataloging the best in RV channels on YouTube and tell you what they're all about and save you a little bit of time there. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Well, fellow campers, it's again time for our weekly feature. And this week, kind of a tough subject. RV forums, bad manners, and bad advice. You know, the internet was supposed to bring us together. Instead, sometimes it feels like it's bringing out the very worst in us. Spend enough time in RV forums and camping forums and Facebook groups, and you'll see it. Someone asks somebody a simple question, and maybe it's about towing or batteries or campsites or tires, whatever. And before long, the discussion turns into an argument. Dude was just asking a simple question. If some of these comments were made face to face in a campground or a bar, there would probably be an ambulance or police officer involved. So what happened to civil conversation? How did we lose the art of conversation in this country? And how do we separate good advice from bad advice? So let's look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. First, the good. Forums can be amazing. I've met some lifelong friends online in forums, and they can be amazing. You learn from experienced RVers and campers. You get product recommendations, campground reviews, troubleshooting help when you need it, emergency assistance sometimes. Thousands of RV owners help each other out each and every day. So forums can be an amazing tool for you. Great resource. Then there's the bad of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Unfortunately, we have keyboard warriors, know-it-alls, personal attackers, political arguments, brand wars, this technical advice. Sad fact is, many posters present their opinions as facts. You're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. Physics is physics, as I often say. And then there is the ugly. No, we're not talking about my first wife. We're talking about the fact that you're getting towing advice from people who don't understand Tony. Tony? Who's Tony? We're talking about the fact that you're getting towing advice from people who don't understand towing and have never hauled a trailer. Or you're getting electrical advice from people who aren't electricians, medical advice from total strangers, and legal advice from jailhouse lawyers. Bad advice can not only be expensive, it can also be downright dangerous. And then there are the moderators, the referees. They've got an impossible mission. Please remember that these are mostly contributors, volunteers. Cut them some slack. And some communities hesitate. Now, some communities hesitate to enforce the rules. Controversy drives clicks, not engagement, clicks. And sadly, for some, that's what it's all about. More comments, more flame wars, and less useful information. Witnessed this thing just recently with Josh and that wingman guy. The amount of time that Josh had to take to deal with that, and something that was readily explainable in 15 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Guy came on the screen, told me about the president of Bush's, came on the screen. It's this, this, and this, and this. Boom. Next. So cut those moderators some slack. The RV lifestyle is supposed to be about community. The best forums educate, the worst forums aggravate. May you choose wisely, grasshopper. And remember, the smartest person in the room is usually the one still willing to learn, and it's almost always the most quiet one in the room. For many RV owners, online forums and Facebook groups have become the modern-day digital campground. It's where we go to ask questions, share experiences, and seek advice from fellow travelers. At their best, these communities can be incredibly useful. Complete strangers routinely take time out of their day to answer questions, help solve problems, and help newcomers avoid costly mistakes. But spend enough time online, and you'll eventually, unfortunately, discover a darker side of these communities. A simple question about towing capacity, solar panels, or tire pressure, or campground etiquette, and the next thing you know, the guy's talking about your mother. Before long, people are questioning each other's intelligence, their experiences, or even their character. It raises an interesting question. Why do otherwise normal people behave so differently online than they do in person? I've got a theory. One thing is they can be behind the keyboard and there is no ramifications to their comments. No bad looks or saying, hey, that's, too far. Nothing like that. You can sit behind your keyboard and basically say whatever you want without any repercussions. Psychologists have actually studied that phenomenon for years. One explanation is something known as the online disinhibition effect. In simple terms, people feel less restrained when they're sitting behind the keyboard. They don't see the other person's facial expressions. They don't hear the tone of their voice. They aren't standing face to face with another human being. As a result, some people say things online that they would never dream of saying around a campfire or across the picnic table, ever. Distance creates anonymity. Even when a person's real name is attached to their account, somehow the social consequences feel smaller. If you insult someone in a campground, you may have to walk past their campsite for the next 3 days. If you insult them online, you simply close the browser and move on with your day. And another factor is certainty. The internet has given everyone a microphone, but it hasn't necessarily made everyone an expert, or even, in some cases, intelligent. Unfortunately, many people confuse experience with expertise. Just because someone has owned an RV for 20 years doesn't automatically make them an authority on towing or electrical systems, batteries, or vehicle safety. Yet online discussions are often filled with people presenting opinions as facts. Whenever I'm online and discussing things, I always try to cite where the information came from. According to the NTSB, this was in 20, and like that. Tell your listener, your communication partner, if you will, where the information came from. And these discussions are often filled with people, as I say, presenting their opinions as facts. And the result is an environment where the loudest voice sometimes gets more attention than the most knowledgeable voice. And then there's the issue of tribalism. Now, tribes can be a good thing. Basically, a collection of people who kind of think the same way or believe in the same things. Human beings naturally form groups. We identify with particular brands, lifestyles, or beliefs. In the RV world, that can mean motorhomes versus travel trailers, diesel versus gas, solar versus generators, and one manufacturer versus another. Once people identify with a group, criticism of that group can sometimes feel personal. Suddenly, a discussion about equipment becomes a debate about tribal identity. The irony is that most of us entered the RV lifestyle seeking freedom, adventure, and community. We wave to each other on the highway. We help strangers back into their campsites. We lend tools to neighbors we've just met. Yet online, some of that goodwill just seems to disappear. Perhaps part of the solution is remembering that there is a real person on the other end of every post. A new RVer asking a question may be nervous about making an expensive mistake. Someone seeking advice about towing may be just trying to protect their family. A person asking about batteries or electrical systems may simply be trying to learn. Before hitting send, it's worth asking a simple question. Would I say this the same way around a campfire or at the picnic table? If the answer is no, it may be time to rethink that comment. The internet doesn't have to be a battleground. The RV community is at its best when experienced travelers share their knowledge with newcomers and feel comfortable asking questions of each other. And everyone remembers that we're all part of that same RV adventure. So next time, before you post a negative comment, ask yourself, would I say this around the campfire or the dinner table? One of the greatest inventions of the modern age isn't the smartphone, the laptop, or even the internet itself. It's the ability for people with common interests to find one another, share information, and learn from each other's experiences. For RV owners, online forums and social media groups have become the modern-day campground. They're places where newcomers can ask questions and seek advice, and where complete strangers can get some help. From diagnosing refrigerator problems to campground recommendations and how a particular trailer is towed by a particular tow vehicle, there are entire communities devoted to answering these questions. And at their best, the RV community and those forums are great resources. I'm a big believer in calling people on their bad behavior. I know it's not one of the better things of me, but yeah, I think one of the reasons why we have people walking around acting like idiots is nobody calls them on their bad behavior. And that needs to change. When somebody is messing up and not being nice, you need to call it out. Say, hey, that's not okay. If you insult someone at a campground, you'll probably see them again as you pass by their campsite or something. If you make a nasty comment around a campfire, you'll immediately see the reaction of people's faces. Most of us naturally moderate our behavior because we're interacting with other human beings live in real time. Online, that social care and those social cues can disappear. And as a result, people say things online that they would never dream of saying face to face. Now, don't get me wrong, experience matters. Some of the smartest RV advice you'll ever receive comes from ordinary RV owners who have spent years traveling the country. But experience and expertise, as I say, are two different things. Just because somebody owned an RV for 20 years doesn't make them an expert. And when these discussions turn sour, the sad part about it is, and the irony is, that most RV users, most RV owners are remarkably friendly. The irony is that most RVers are remarkably friendly people. Travel long enough and you'll find neighbors helping one another. Travel long enough and you'll find neighbors helping one another back into their campsite, share tools, help with repairs. The spirit of that community is one of the things that makes the RV lifestyle so special. Which brings us to the simple question: how can we make online communities better, more productive, more fun? Perhaps it starts with a few common sense rules. 1, attack ideas, not people. 2, disagree respectfully. 3, support your opinions with facts. 4, stay on topic. 5, admit when you're wrong. And 6, remember that there's a real human being on the other side of that screen. And ask yourself that simple question: would I say this same thing if they were sitting having coffee with me? The answer is no. Rethink that comment. So then here we are, Tom and Sharon's top 10 rules of civil online discourse. 1, attack ideas, not people. 2, assume good intentions. 3, read before responding. 4, disagree respectfully. 5, support claims with facts. 6, admit when you're wrong. 7, avoid name calling. 8, stay on the topic and don't hijack a thread. You got a thread, there's 10 people that are talking about tires, and you come in and you want to talk about air conditioners. So stay on topic. Number 9, remember there's a human being on the other side of that post. And 10, if you wouldn't say it around a campfire, don't post it. The RV lifestyle is supposed to be about adventure, freedom, and community. The best online forums reflect those values. The worst ones, forget them. Ultimately, the quality of the conversation depends on all of us. After all, good manners never go out of style, even on the internet. I'm Tom for Out and About TV. Hey, pull over, fellow campers. It's time for this week's trip report. Idaho. It's no small potato. When people think of Idaho, they think of potatoes. But ask any experienced RVer, camper, fisherman, hunter, or outdoor enthusiast, and they'll tell you that Idaho is one of outdoor America's best kept secrets. Not really a secret, but it's pretty special. Located in the heart of the Pacific Northwest, Idaho covers more than 83,000 square miles, making it the 14th largest state in the nation. Yet, despite its size, fewer than 2 million people call Idaho home. That means there's lots of room to roam and plenty of wide open spaces for outdoor adventure. The state's nickname is the Gem State, and once you see the scenery, you'll understand why. Idaho is home to rugged mountains, crystal clear lakes, rushing rivers, waterfalls, deep canyons, and some of the most spectacular scenery in America. Let's begin our tour with the largest city in the state, Boise. It's the state capital, and it offers a unique blend of outdoor recreation and urban amenities. Visitors can enjoy museums, restaurants, shoppings, while still being just minutes away from hiking, biking, fishing opportunities. Fly fishing is huge here. For RV travelers looking for mountain scenery, don't have to go too far. The Sawtooth National Recreation Area should be at the top of the list if you're looking for snow on top of the mountains. It features more than 700 miles of trails, several alpine lakes, and jagged mountain peaks. The Sawtooths are often compared to the Rocky Mountains, but with far fewer crowds. Numerous campgrounds throughout the region make it an ideal destination for RVers. And if you're looking to unplug and reconnect with nature, this is the place. Another must-see destination is the Coeur d'Alene in northern Idaho. This is a beautiful lakeside community that has become one of the Pacific Northwest's premier outdoor destinations. Visitors can enjoy boating, fishing, kayaking, and some of the most beautiful waterfront scenery in the country. Notice I didn't say swimming. Water's way too cold for that. And if waterfalls are your style, don't miss the Shoshone Falls, often called the Niagara Falls of the West. These are impressive falls and actually taller than Niagara Falls and are particularly spectacular during the spring runoff season. Adventure seekers should also consider visiting Hell's Canyon. It's carved by the Snake River. Hell's Canyon is the deepest river gorge in North America, deeper even than the Grand Canyon. There are jet boat tours, there are fishing excursions, wildlife viewing opportunities left and right. You can make this one of Idaho's most unique and special attractions. Many travelers don't realize that Idaho also serves as the gateway to Yellowstone National Park. Several routes into Yellowstone pass through Idaho, making it an excellent base camp for exploring one of America's most famous national parks. As for camping, Idaho offers hundreds of public campgrounds ranging from primitive forest sites to full-service RV resorts. Whether you prefer lakeside camping, mountain views, riverfront camping, or wild wilderness experiences, Idaho has something to fit nearly every style of traveler and camper. The bottom line is simple. If you're looking for incredible scenery, great outdoor recreation, fewer crowds, and some of the friendliest people in America, you deserve to go visit Idaho. Adventure, beauty, and wide open spaces, Idaho is your name. In its 83,000 miles, there are several must-see destinations. Number one, Sun Valley, world-famous skiing and beautiful mountain scenery year-round. The lakes of the northern state of Idaho. Great fishing, camping. The Sawtooth National Recreation Area, Hell's Canyon, and don't forget the Shoshone Falls. I'm mispronouncing that, but Shoshone Shone, the Niagara Falls of the West. That's what I'm going to call it. So if you love potatoes, mountains, rivers, lakes, and the great outdoors, Idaho delivers the best in outdoor recreation in America without many of the crowds found elsewhere. So pull out the map, gas up the RV, and head west to Idaho, a land of surprises and beauty. I'm Tom for Out and About TV. Hey, rolling, yeah. It's time for a product roundup. Portable DVD players for RV travel. Streaming is wonderful. That is until the campground Wi-Fi doesn't work, or you're parked where cellular coverage is weak, and that's where portable DVD players still shine. And in fact, they become essential entertainment equipment. If you're in the market, and after this segment you will be, here's what to look for. Number one, the first thing I think you really need to decide is, are you going to go with an all-in-one unit that has the DVD player and a screen, or are you going to go with just a DVD player and try to hook it up to the television in your rig? Two different things there. I tend to like the portable with the screen, as long as the screen is large enough. And the prices have come down significantly. So yeah, you get one that's all in one big thing with a good screen, Blu-ray maybe. We'll talk about that. But what to look for? So you look for like a 15-inch screen. Swivel screens are very cool and helpful. Screen size, battery life. You need at least 4 to 5 hours, 6 hours, and rechargeable, preferable with a fast recharge cycle. And then you need a wide variety of formats supported. You need DVDs, and a bonus if it supports HD Blu-ray DVD. If it also plays CDs, MP3s, JPEG discs, ports, you need an HDMI output, maybe a USB, SD card slot, and the old-fashioned RCA AV output. So how do you connect it to your TV? And this is one of the most common questions. The best option is HDMI. It's kind of a long connector. We'll see if I can put a picture there. Long connector that you plug in. It's like a USB connector, only a lot larger. That's the best way, because it gets enough for high definition. Most modern TVs have an HDMI connection, and it provides, as I say, the high definition quality you're looking for. There's also AV cables and USB, and older televisions have those old red, white, and yellow connectors. Most portable DVD players today connect by HDMI, and now that I think about it, most of those smaller portable ones with a screen still have an output. So you could have that and then also hook it up to the larger television in your rig. Bluetooth, generally no. Bluetooth usually carries the audio. A portable DVD player is inexpensive insurance against bad internet on those rainy days or a long evening in camp. sometimes old technology still gets the job done. In today's world of streaming services, high-speed internet, and smart televisions, most people think that the old portable DVD players are a thing of the past. Not so fast, partner. Any experienced RVer knows that campground Wi-Fi can be fickle at best. That's why portable DVD players remain a surprisingly useful piece of equipment and affordable piece of equipment for RV owners. Perfect for rainy days, give it to the kids to watch a movie. When shopping for a portable DVD player, look for the screen size, look for your battery things, look for a wide variety of formats that are supported. So now here we are for 2026. Here are the 5 portable DVD players I am recommending. Links will be in the show notes. The most popular models currently available, and in no particular order. First, the Wani 16.9-inch DVD player, the DB Power 17-inch player. There's also the Navis Audio, that's a 15.6-inch player, the Disabri 15.5-inch player, and rounding up the top 5, the Bofun 17.5-inch DVD player. Each offers a combination of large screens, easy controls, rechargeable batteries, multiple media formats, and easy television connectivity. So how much should you expect to spend? Entry-level units can be found for $50, $75. Mid-range models typically sell for $80 to $100 and offer the best balance of features with value. Premium models can cost as much as $200, but they often include larger screens, better battery life, and additional connectivity options. The reality is that most RV owners will be perfectly satisfied with a good mid-range model. Sometimes the newest technology isn't the best technology. Portable DVD players offer a simple, reliable, and an affordable way to enjoy movies and entertainment wherever your travels take you. And when the campground Wi-Fi eventually lets you down, you'll be glad you packed one. Well, how was that? Was that good for you? Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed that show. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Send us an email and enter to win a t-shirt. Bonus points if you send us a picture of your rig, and chance to win one of your handy dandy ball caps or one of these beautiful t-shirts. You won't look as good as I do in it, but you know. Got some more. Don't forget, our library is really growing. We're up to 40 shows now, headed to 50. And we'd love to hear about what ideas you would like to see us cover on the show. So send us an email, let us know about that. Also, don't forget to check out our brand new website. That's going on. It's summertime. It's hot. Campgrounds are filling up. Consider traveling at night. When in the middle of July and the dog days of August, when I travel, many times I will travel in the evening and at night. I don't mind driving in the dark, and it's cooler. And usually there's less traffic. And don't forget to pull over. Let somebody, if they're in that big of a hurry, let them go around you. And don't forget to watch out for our brother and sister truckers. And you get out there and see part of America before it's gone here in our 250th anniversary. We got a huge 4th of July special, complete with fireworks and fun. maybe a few hot dogs. 4th of July, that's a Saturday too. So make it a plan to join us for an hour on Saturday, July the 4th. Thanks again for coming by. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next Saturday at noon. Get out there and see your old pal, Mother Nature, and we'll see you out and about. Better get, I'm gonna be real generous. Instead of 1,000 subscribers by the end of June, 100. Otherwise, you get the nakedness. You've been warned.